Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Welkin National School, Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I will be teaching for Standard 5th History, Chapter number 9, Settled Life and Urban Civilization. So let's begin. Today we will learn in this chapter about the use of metals, pots made on the potter's wheel, trade and transport, rise of cities and script, then social organization in the ancient cities. Now in the earlier time, the uses of metals were looking in this way. These are the metals, these kind of metals they were using. Ancient gold objects found in Bruel's ground, Bulgaria. You must have wondered about the first metal that humans used. Museums in Europe had large collections of prehistoric artifacts and antique objects. A scholar named Christian Thompson introduced a method for classifying them. It is called the 3-age system. Thompson classified the objects into three groups. First is stone tools, that is Stone Age, then copper tools and other copper articles, that is Copper Age, then iron tools and other iron articles, Iron Age. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that in the above picture that they have showed about the ancient gold objects that are found in the Bruel grounds, in which country, that is Bulgaria. Now the human used first metals, and in Europe there is a museum which consists of large collections of prehistoric artifacts. Artifacts means an object made by a human being, typically on of cultural or historical interest, and they made the collection of historic artifacts and unique objects. Now a great scholar whose name is Christian Thompson, he introduced the method for classifying them, now which is called 3-age system. Now these three objects and are classified into three groups, which I told you is stone tools, that is Stone Age, then copper tools and other copper articles are Copper Age, then iron tools and other iron articles, Iron Age. Thompson established with the help of evidence that stone tools were the earliest. The period of copper tools and articles was next. It was followed by the period of iron tools and articles. Accordingly, the three periods were named the Stone Age, Copper Age and Iron Age, respectively. This gave rise to the belief that copper was the first metal to come into use. Actually, gold was the first metal to be used. Gold is a soft metal, so it could not be used for making tools and implements. Humans then discovered another metal which could be used for this purpose. That metal was copper. The period when copper came into use is known as Copper Age. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that he showed the evidence that stone tools was the earliest, then later the copper tools and articles was next. Now the three periods were named Stone Age as a Copper Age and Iron Age, which was made believe that copper was the first metal to come into use. But gold was the first metal to be used because it is a soft metal and this could not be used for making tools. Then later human discovered other metal so that it can be used for other purpose. Now that metal was copper, and when the copper come into use it was known as Copper Age. 9.2 Pots made on the potter wheel. The Copper Age was the age of many new inventions and rapid changes. The inventions of the wheel is the most important among them. It is generally agreed that the wheel was first used by potter. Its use in carts and chariots probably began a little later. Now, in this paragraph, they have explained that Copper Age was the age of new inventions and rapid changes. The invention of wheel was an important. So, the wheel was first used by the potter, which was used in carts and chariots. Trade and transport. Once the potter began to use a wheel, it became possible to make pots in large number. In this period, people started making symmetrical and colorful pots with beautiful designs on them. Potters and other craftsmen began to live close to each other in the village settlement so as to manage their work more easily. We can say that this became the industrial area of that village, where skilled craftsmen had their settlement and center of production. This happened mainly in those village settlements where the raw material was easily available and in those which were conveniently situated for trade. Such village settlement expanded rapidly. As the scale of production increased, trade too expanded with it. Therefore, there was a need to change the old system of transport. It was in this period that wheeled vehicles like carts and chariots were first brought into use. Now, in trade and transport, they have explained in this paragraph that when potter began to use of wheel, it was possible to make pots in large production. Now, where the material was easily available and when it was convenient for trade, the village people expanded it rapidly. So, this production got largely increased and the trade also got very much expanded. So, it was necessary to change the system of transport. Now, they have given the picture over here to make it easy to turn the pots while shaping it. A rotating plank was probably used at first. The pot was shaped with one hand while the other was used to turn the plank. Now he is giving the shape to the pot. On one hand he is using for shaping it and other hand is using to rotating the plank, while the other was used to turn the plank. It is possible that the potter wheel originated in the efforts to modify the rotating plank. Till recent times, tribal women in the northeastern region of our country shaped the pots by using a rotating plank. So, this is the rotating plank and he is using that pot to shaping it. This is the next one. This is the quarters pebble. A pointed quarters pebble fixed at the bottom of the potter's wheel. This pebble is known as pivot. When the potter's wheel is put in motion, it is balanced on this pivot and revolve with a great speed. Now this one is a potter in the ancient Egypt working on rotating plank or turnable. Rise in the cities and script. Long distance trade, rapid transport of goods and centers of large scale production are factors that brought together people engaged in different types of work. This gave rise to cities. It became necessary to keep permanent record of the expanding trade and growing production. By now, signs and symbols had already come into use for the purpose of record keeping. Broken pieces of clay pots, potsherds with such sign have been found in the large number during excavation. The increase in trade and production and the growth in the volume of records to be kept resulted in much modification and improvement in the signs and symbols used for this purpose. In this way, each culture developed its own script. Now they have given this picture. Wheeled cart and chariot were first used in the Mesopotamia. This is the wheeled cart and the chariot. And one more they have given, this is Harappan civilization, Indus civilization was the earliest civilization on the Indian subcontinent. Wheeled toy cart of that civilization. This is the wheeled toy cart. Okay, this both is a wheeled toy cart. Now in 9.4, that is rise of cities and script, they have explained in this paragraph that people got engaged in different types of work due to the long distance, trade, transport of goods and center of production. Now the record were also maintained for record keeping. Signs and the symbols were used. So there were many broken pieces of clays and pots which was found in the excavation. Because of this signs and symbol, it was necessary for the modification. Now over here they have given the picture of example of ancient signs and symbols. Now this is the pot, it shows some symbol on the pot, it represents something. Okay. Now this is also the signs and the symbols of this another broken pot. Social organization in the ancient cities. It is true that rise in trade had been the major factor that contributed to the emergencies and the development of cities. However, the culture of those cities had its root in culture of village settlement of the New Stone Age. The faith system rooted in the agricultural way of life continued in the urban way of life too. The social life and festival based on agricultural faith systems became more elaborate in cities that had prospered because of the rise in trade. Grand temples were built in many cities. Chief of those temples became chief administrators of those cities. Later, the position of the temple head and that of the king went to the same individual. This was the beginning of the ancient urban civilization of the world. We will learn more about them in the next lesson. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that trade was the major factor that contribute to the development of cities. The culture of those cities had roots in the village settlement of the New Stone Age. Now the faith system in the social life and the festival became more prospered because of the rise in trade. Now many temples were also built in many cities. So the temple chief became the administrator of those cities. Now the position of the temple head and that of a king that went to an same individual. So we will learn more things about the civilization in the next chapter. So students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.